Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation. Here is your host, Derek Pearson.
It's been a minute since Sunday Night Boom. That's the new WWE show we're creating, Fox. Sunday Night Boom. Sunday Night Boom.
Love it.
Let's do it. Sunday Night Boom. It's 10 degrees. Supposed to get warmer tomorrow. Let's hope. 7:04 in Lincoln, Nebraska. 402-464-5685. Lots to talk about over the course of this thing. It is NFL Championship weekend, and we are mid game two. The Seattle. It's funny. The social media people have impacted me about the way I talk about the NFL and I talk about sports. There's a young lady who misspeaks about the NFL teams and the whole playoff thing. So she called the Seattle Seahawks the Washington Crazy Birds. The Washington Wild Birds playing against the Los Angeles Spirals in the World Series of professional football. Like, she gets none of it right, and it's like, this is the Final Four. And she's been pretty, and it's hilarious. So whenever I look at Seattle, it's like, oh no, it's the Sea Chickens. Cool. It's the Sea Chickens and the man sheep. And I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. 402-464-5685. You want to be a part of what we're doing? Join us on a Sunday. Come hang out. Bach and I. Bach concert, you know how we get down, bro. I gotta ask, how the heck are you?
Hey, not doing too bad. It's a little bit cold outside, snowing, but like you said, we got some Final Four World Series of football going on.
Right.
So how can you complain too much? It's a good time of the year.
Right. The World North American Championship. There are no correct answers about what we're watching. We shout out to the Boston Tea Party for their victory earlier today. The Boston Harbor boys got a win over. And let's see, who were they playing today? They were playing the Colorado Ponies. They were playing the Colorado Horses, and the weather was crazy in the Octagon there in Denver. It's just, yeah, she's ruined it for me. Like, she's absolutely ruined it for me. We appreciate you following on the streams, as on the brick and mortar we have NFL football. And a moment, Bach, can we share a moment?
Yeah.
There's only one NFL game left after today. Right.
Tough.
Right. Like, pour some out for all the teams who didn't make it today. Pour some out for the Cardinals and the Commanders and the Panthers and everybody else. Pour some, wherever you are, just pour some out. Just pour a little out in tribute to those that didn't make it, right? All the homies that couldn't show today. That couldn't show up. Beautifully done. A couple of things to spin the wheel. Of course, shout out to Ridge Lovett, national champion Ridge Lovett. Be sure to give him all of his flowers. National champion Ridge Lovett for him making himself available to provide intelligence, background, resource, and information about Nebraska wrestling. He's in the room. He's been in the room. He's also a part of the new standard for Nebraska wrestling. He's bringing an additional level of exposure to the sport and willing to offer his time to come in and talk wrestling. And I went to both Fridays and today's matches against Iowa Friday and Ohio State today. And the number of people who come up to say, I love the post-match show, that folks are listening. And it's important to wrestling fans to have a place to meet and gather to talk about the sport they love. And that's what the ticket is. I mean, that's really what the ticket is. It's just an opportunity. Same thing in place. Stop by Dillon Tennis Center. And early today, the Huskers, Peter Cobalt and the Huskers were taking on a really good Memphis team. And they lost the doubles. They lost the double. So the first point of the match went to Memphis. And then Memphis got out to a really good start. I think they won 4 of the 6 first sets in individual matchups. And then the Huskers got to work. They got to work. And we use the words gritty and scrappy. Well, but it's appropriate today because I want to say Memphis's number 1 player is top 100, maybe top 105, something along that, but he's around that area. And that's a difficult win to get. And he won the first set, and Nebraska figured out a way. They figured out a way to battle back. There was a moment that I kind of peeked in, right, just to see what was going on. And the beauty of it all was that the Huskers kept scrapping. They kept scrapping. And we've heard Peter talk about, toughness being one of the most valuable traits. And sometimes we misidentify what toughness is. But it's your ability to get through a situation that could go either way. And you'd simply find a way through will, action, or otherwise to get through. And they did. And it's a big win for them. That was a big win for them to find their way through. And then tonight, they got it going pretty early against Drake and won the doubles point, and then rattled off enough wins to close the door. But that's a big weekend. A Sunday sweep of 2 different opponents. It's one thing to get the sweep against a common opponent, right? The same opponent. But they got the sweep against Memphis early and then Drake. So you say kudos to Peter Cobelt. And then we want to take a moment that last night or yesterday afternoon, Heather Brink and the Huskers women's gymnastics team hosted top 20 ranked Minnesota. And I don't know what the expectation was. But a couple of things happened. We've been tracking that. Bach, you had a chance to go down and you've been hearing some of these conversations take place, right? And we're not real sure what we're getting, but what we find out is that the words gritty and scrappy also apply to women's gymnastics. And to get an upset in the Big Ten, no matter who it is a statement win for Heather Brink and this gymnastics team. This program got a really good thing happening. One of your young ladies wins the overall title, and then shout out to our own Emma Spence, their own Emma Spence, who, you'll hear her around the station. Well, she was given the opportunity to do the analyst work for Big Ten Network and aced it. And like I said earlier today, we a big part of why we do what we do here is to give the young athletes an opportunity to be heard. And in this hour, generally, it's the unheard. But that's part of what we're doing, is that what Emma Spence is doing in her progression, going from gymnast and Olympian, team leader, campus leader, and then here in this space, sharing the stories, bringing on other athletes to tell their stories, getting out of her comfort zone, and putting herself in spaces that are unique and high-level spaces. So for her to do that, she brought in Nori Thursday night to talk, and you get a former Husker telling you his story. And then to have Arden Lockheim from golf come in, and she's interviewing Sam Hoiberg. It's just really cool to watch. And then this great time of Husker athletics. There's a different feel. And I can tell you today at Devaney, Bach, it felt different than it did Friday. And it felt more like what folks expected this season. Scoring matters. But the Huskers won 5 out of 10 matches today. And 2 of the ones they lost were sudden victory. or last minute. That's what's expected of this group. Even against number ones, number twos, number fours, number eights, these are top 10 ranked Buckeyes coming in here. Now, one of the number ones didn't wrestle, but what we found out Friday night is it doesn't really matter sometimes that those number twos can come in and get the job done. But Nebraska battled back. If you told me that they, it was a 1-point meet, I probably would have gotten the order wrong. I probably would have gotten how it went down wrong. You don't expect, I thought maybe Van D would find an answer. You give up a major at 125, and then you gave up a major with Brock Hardy, and nobody was counting on that. Nobody forecasted that. And so being down 14-0, walking out the gate, Chance Lamer had a chance. He was, you're often one move away from wins or losses, and that's Chance Lamer today. Right. So they're down 14-0, and here comes Antrell Taylor. And Bach, there's a thing that happened in it, and I meant to ask Ridge about it. Next time I see him, I'm going to ask him, or ask Manning on Tuesday. But Ridge is back tomorrow. There's the thing that happens, Bach. In college wrestling, there's a lot of head slapping going
on. During the match or after the match?
During the match, there is a lot of head slaps that go on, and some of it's range finding. It's a jab, the equal to a jab in boxing, right? It's sometimes a test of strength. Sometimes it's to gauge level. And how committed you are to your shoot, right? Because if somebody's leaning their head and it's a light touch, it tells you they're not really committed to the shoot. But if they press hard, you get to know that, okay, this is authentic. I really need to honor this thing. But there's a lot of head slaps and ear slaps going on. And today, Trelly got poked in the eye early after a couple of head slaps. And I thought it was all fun and games until the eye poke. And Trelly was a little upset. The crowd was upset. And then Bach, they collar and elbow again, and they're hand fighting. And in the hand fight, he pokes Trelly in the eye again. Except for this time when they take the break, right? Because the official, he could have taken a point. He could have taken a point easily. Didn't. And Trelly, when they get back together, normally there's a handshake back on the marks, right? Toe on the line there, usually a handshake. Hey, let's get back after it. But after the second one, Trelly was like, nah, dude. No. And the phrase is in mixed martial arts, in boxing, and in wrestling, control your weapons. Like, you're supposed to be proficient at this. There's no mistakes, right? Mistakes have to be rare. It can't be the common thing. You don't fight with your fingers extended. That's just not how it works. And so that activated Trelly. And Trelly got a little bullyish out there. And you could sense in the room that Husker wrestling fans, Bach, it was almost like, oh, here we go. Oh, cool. Trelly's mad. This is going to go really well for us. And that's what happened. I mean, he was dominant. He was aggressive. He was forward shooting. Opportunity there. And then you kind of circled, right? What do you get from LJ Araujo? What are you going to get? And LJ, in maybe his most complete match of the season, especially against that level of opponent, gets it done. He gets it done. Now you've won 2 in a row. And here comes Christopher Minto. Now, Minto's not the higher seed of the two. His opponent was a higher seed. But Minto walks in, and listen, Minto, I've circled Minto. I thought that Christopher Minto was most likely to be the next national champion for Nebraska wrestling. And that's not a slight to Brock Hardy. That's not a slight to AJ Ferrari. It just is. It just is. But he's facing Carson Karchla, who's ranked 4th. Minto's ranked 6th. Karchla, their big wrestlers are huge human beings. Like I really want to know how much weight he has to lose each match. Because he looks like a 197. Wrestling 174. But Minto gets the work in. Sudden victory, gets the win. It's 14-10 Nebraska. 14-10 Buckeyes. And Bach, you start doing the math, right? You're going, okay, we got 3 more matches left. What do we got next? Oh, it's All Red, who comes in at number 7 versus Fishback, who comes in at 5. Right? Not the top seed, not the higher seed. Don't know. Silas already gets it done. He gets it done. And it's 14-13 with 2 matches left. It's 14. It was a shutout. And you run off 13 consecutive points. And then it's 197. And it's Big Papa Cam. Number 9 ranked. Luke Giag, who Luke was the number 10 seed. Cam's number 9. 50-50 ball. Perfect. It's the 50-50 ball. If you get it, cool. If you don't get it, you understand. Cam maxes, hits turbo, gets the 9-3 win. Devaney Center is beside itself. There are high fives and fist pumps going crazy in that building. Crazy. This is the number 2 Ohio State Buckeyes. This is the team that prior to the day, and listen, this was a shape-shifting, a whole spectrum-changing day of wrestling for the Huskers and for Ohio State. Because coming into this thing, people had the question that maybe Ohio State's as good as Penn State. They dominated Minnesota. So it was like, okay. And Penn State, and I mean, not for nothing, we'll talk about Penn State, but Penn State hadn't given up a point in a match in 3 matches. They're just shutting out people. They're 30-0, just rolling through. Hey, never mind. It's a machine. But the Buckeyes were in the conversation. They're number 2. And a reminder to everybody, these 2 teams met at the national duels in the winner's bracket. So Sunday morning at national duels in Tulsa, Nebraska had won two matches, and here comes Ohio State. It was 30-6, maybe 33-3. The Huskers went 1-9 against Ohio State. And a lot of those were bonus points. 6 bonus points. And the belief, you could hear Nebraska say, okay, that didn't go the way we wanted. But you don't want to look ahead because you can't in the Big Ten. You can't. But they circled today. And when Cam gets the win and it's 16-14 Huskers with 1 match to go, it's Nick Feldman versus AJ Ferrari. And Feldman's the number 3 ranked heavyweight. They met at nationals. It was 5-4 Feldman. AJ came out, and I thought early on that AJ was getting to spots where some good things could happen. But ultimately they finish tied in regulation 1-1. And then they go to sudden victory, and Feldman gets the takedown for the 3 points and the Ohio State win. So Ohio State wins at 17-16. But Bach, You don't expect Brock Hardy to get majored. I don't think you really expect your 125 to get majored. Chance Lamer, if he wins, he flips the whole thing. He flips the whole thing. If Brock doesn't get majored, you flip the whole thing. Now, the wrestlers tell you it doesn't matter because the next 5 wrestlers did their job. And I talked to AJ immediately after this, and he's like, I'm sorry I let you down. You didn't let me down. That was the first thing I told him. You didn't let me down. I'm proud of you. You're a gladiator, bro. You went out into space and faced, listen, Ferrari versus Feldman has every likelihood to happen twice more, at least twice more this season. Big Tens and national championships. If you ask me, you'll see these two in the blood round, if not the Final Four, or in the championship. You'll see them in the blood round, or you'll see them in the championship. That's how good this pairing is. This matchup is, and you have to remember this is when AJ is not a natural heavyweight. Feldman, I would imagine he's about 255. AJ is probably 230, 225, somewhere in there. It shows up sometimes. But AJ has won based on Friday night. He has 4. He's knocked off 4 of the top 10 heavyweights in the country. So there's no shame for AJ Ferrari. He'll get another chance, another opportunity. But I would never tell Huskers to take the moral victory. But I think they're aware. To go from 33-3 to 17-60 with a chance to win it, some progressions have been made, some lessons have been learned. So, but up next, they don't have time. They don't have time. Listen to me. I don't know what's, well, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Nebraska versus Michigan basketball. Bach, I'll ask you. Instead of having the answer, I'll ask you. Is this the biggest regular season Nebraska men's basketball game in forever?
Pretty close to it. Obviously, it's the highest ranked Nebraska's been. Their tournament team from 2014, it basically came all down to one game against the top 10 Wisconsin team. So I'd still put the No-Sit Sunday one there.
This is the highest ranked game Nebraska's ever played it.
Yeah, so it's not, if it's trailing, it's not trailing by much anywhere.
Well, I mean, Nebraska's never been higher than that. And we think they're going higher, right? We think they're going to move from 7 to at least 6 or 5.
Right, yeah.
Right? Nebraska's never been 5 before.
Right.
Michigan,
never been 6, never been 7.
Michigan's going to come into this thing as what, 2, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the best basketball game Nebraska's ever played. This is a big dang game, man. It's a big dang game. And then for the Huskers wrestling, hey, congratulations! You had quite the effort against Ohio State. What if? Tell them what they've won, Johnny. A trip to Happy Valley to face Penn State. Thanks. We'll talk more Husker sports when we come back.
Winter is just around the corner. Is your vehicle ready? Don't get left out in the cold. At A1 Automotive, we prep your car for whatever winter throws your way here in Nebraska. For battery checks, brake inspections, tires, heaters, whatever your car needs to keep you and your family safe on the road, we've got you covered. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had roofing service company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they Love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sauterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
It's basketball season, and Salt Mine City is your pregame and postgame headquarters in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Get ready for the game with their big, fatty 7-ounce hamburger or try a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, your basketball headquarters, now open at 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to one-on-one with DP. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation on 93.7 The Ticket.
Seattle gets a late first half score and then start off the third with a touchdown. And it's 24-13, third quarter. Seattle. And it's been a bit surprising because I didn't think Seattle had the Rams' number defensively. But Seattle game manages so well. They're efficient, great schemes. And Darnold has made 2 exceptional throws, one at the end of the half and then one to start the third quarter. Skinny post, almost a post corner to get on top of the safety. And safety just didn't react well. So Darnold threw him open. But I also don't think that the Seahawks have an answer entirely for the Rams. Stafford comes right back out and throws 30 yards. I think this will go. You got to remember, this was what was it? These are 2 1-point games that they played.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure both have answers. Bach, sir, if you get to request, we now know that the Patriots are in. We know the Patriots are in. Who do you want to see them play?
Well, Sam Darnold and Drake May. That's what everybody wants. That's what we've been talking about for years, right? Maybe not, but at least it could be an interesting matchup. I'm specifically interested in Seattle. I like watching the NFL when they have Kirk Herbstreit call a game because it's the way that I watch it through college football's eyes. He'll kind of do that too,
which is a whole other weird thing that we do, and I'm not sure why. Why did we do that?
I'm just more of a college football fan, but it's interesting because on the Seattle side, you're just very well Big Ten represented between, and of course the Big Ten expands. Sam Darnold didn't play in the Big Ten, but Sam Darnold, Kenneth Walker, Jackson Smith, Jake Bobo, who just scored there. Their backup running back, Zach Charbonnet, who's out, was the UCLA guy. So it's weird, and it's different. When I was a kid, a lot of the times, or growing up, I'd cheer for whoever had the Husker. There's always Huskers littered on every roster. Now here I am looking for guys that are in the Big Ten.
It just like I was enjoying today in the fact that I said no dog in the hunt, right? No skin in the game. I get to watch these 2 games and kind of be independent. I get to be Switzerland. But then I start to feel like, because depending on who was there. Now, the Broncos, through no fault of their own, and let me say it in full, I feel bad for Broncos fans. You had the year that you had, and your starting quarterback misses the championship game. Touchdown, Rams. Quick drive. 5 plays, score.
They're back.
Yeah, 5. Devontae Adams, corner route. I want to hug Raph because it's like, hey, we're back. We have a real MVP candidate, right? He had that quite a year, young gun, all excited, and then you get to the championship game, and then on the last play, he's not going to play. That means you got to spend the whole year going, well, we would have won if Bo was healthy. But he's not. He's not.
Well, the other thing, and I know you and I have had this conversation, maybe it was about a month and a half ago now, about whether we'd like clean football or in the elements. This has been a postseason of the elements for sure. So I don't know what that necessarily means. Some people would say maybe the best teams aren't winning, or whatever it might be. But the Patriots have found a way. But that snow, I mean, that's tough. That was tough. There's
no indoor. There have been no dome postseason game.
Yeah,
none for the first time in a while. And listen. If you want to find out who the best teams are, I want it to be neutrality. I want it to be in a field that benefits both teams. right? I mean, that goes beyond because, again, I'm an old head, and I used to watch my Washington teams go into Minnesota every year and freeze themselves into a loss in the playoffs. Like they Minnesota would cruise through a really bad black and blue division, right? Because the old Vikings, the Packers weren't good with the Lynn Dickies of the world, right? They weren't very good. The Don Mikowskis, they weren't very good. The late days of Scott Hunter, post Bart Starr, they weren't very good. The Bears weren't good. The Lions were really not good. So the Vikings would run up these incredible records, always get the home field advantage, and then you'd go up to the old Metropolitan Stadium in 0 degrees, and Bud Grant's out there just grinning, like, no heaters over here. And then he would put them in the sun, in the shade side of the stadium. So, it's 8 degrees. It's like Nebraska. It's like 8 degrees colder on the other side of the stadium. And so you never really, the best team didn't always win. That's why the Vikings had an advantage. Mind you, the Vikings haven't had that advantage till they went indoors. They used to have that advantage. Also, they would tell you, receivers didn't really want to be there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Buffalo as it changes. St. Louis, Detroit, but Detroit was never really in those games, so they went indoors pretty quickly. I'll ask you this. Are you a naturalist when it comes to this? Do you want outdoor grass? Does turf matter? Does the dome bother you? Where do you stand up?
I think a lot of it has to do with where you were and grew up and all that. And here being in the Midwest, I like the elements to it. That's was part of the college football national championship story again this year. Was Midwestern team has to travel down to play Miami in their home stadium for a national championship. Indiana was able to get that done. Of course, Nebraska was able to do that back in '94. I love the snow games. But as we through our previous conversation, I don't like going to them.
Well, that's what I was going to say, which means to tell me you never played in them because they're terrible.
Yeah. But there's so much fun to watch. I think they add that element to it. And I also, and this is a big part of it too, is sometimes, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think of you when I have these conversations, sometimes I think of you as a football coach, which you are. But then I have to sometimes think about myself and think, but he's an offensive football coach because I like 13-6 type of games.
I was a defensive coordinator first. Mainly because, and it's the thing that happens, is because I knew how offenses thought.
Mm-hmm.
I knew how offenses want to attack, and I knew how to think of it from the lineman standpoint, the receiver standpoint, the running game coordinator, passing game concepts. I knew what I would do in those situations, and that's a big thing when you go through it and you go, okay, what would I do, and then what would I not want to see? Like, what do I hate going up against 3rd and 7? Oh, if they walk up in a 2 under, I hate that because that means it gives pressure time to go home. I had to consider pressure and pass protection. And then the offensive side, it just kind of happened because then it became, well, I now know what defenses try to do and what vulnerability defensive backs have. So in the passing game, I know how to attack it. In the run game, I know how to attack it. Quite frankly, in the run game, I just need to be +1. And no matter how I get it, and no matter who I have to exclude to do it. Like people think run game is, man on man. No, I need to occupy 2 defenders at point of attack and 2 next level with as many people as possible. And I just need to occupy them. I don't need to beat them. I don't need to pancake them. I just need, hey, Bob, if I grab your wrists or engage your wrists where both of your wrists are on my shoulder pads, can you tackle anybody?
Not very well.
Right. That was what I learned. And so from a blocking standpoint, you learn that. From a running standpoint, you learn to run that, attack the people with occupied hands. Simplicity, right? Sounds simple. So I'm not anti-defense, but for the money-paying fan, there's a large portion, again, thirds. A third of the people want arena football. A third of the people want defense first. The other third just kind of says, give me good fall football and let it mean something. So you're not you're not wrong. You're just in your third. You're just in your third.
I'm going to start using that now. Whenever I like that, you're not wrong. You're just in your third.
Right. But that's the I got a lot more mental peace when it comes to sports, landing on that philosophy, because it simplified a lot of things, and then it allowed me to find the common ground and then the exception to the rule. And the exception is in the 1%. That's why there are exceptions. 1% of it. The things that you only see 1% of the time, you can't account for. You can't. So, nice try, but you can't, it snowed in the fourth quarter. It snowed 4 inches in the fourth quarter. When was the last time you saw that? Like, you have to think about it. Like, when was the last time a meaningful game, there was no snow on the field in the third at halftime, and by the 10-minute mark of the fourth quarter, there's 4 inches of snow on the field? Yeah, that's rare. There's not that many of them.
Good thing you want home field advantage, huh?
Right. Well. Here's the thing. You want home field advantage, but you want your starting quarterback. You want your best player to play, and they didn't have that option. But also, listen, the Patriots do better in the snow. We know that. There's no team in the NFL who plays better in the snow than the Patriots. And that goes back. That goes all the way back to the snowblower incident, right? That, listen, you let a guy on work release, jail work release, drive his his vehicle on the field to clear space for John Smith to kick the game-winning field goal in a playoff. What are we doing? What are we doing? The dude was on work release. What do you do? Punish him? What are you going to fine him? Yeah, whatever, man. That dude sent us to the playoffs. So, New England, if there's some shenanigans, it's usually New England. You can count on that as well. All right, we'll go to break. We'll close this out. Get you set up for Ricky C. Simmons. Get your happy on hour.
Winter is just around the corner. Is your vehicle ready? Don't get left out in the cold. At A1 Automotive, we prep your car for whatever winter throws your way here in Nebraska. For battery checks, brake inspections, tires, heaters, whatever your car needs to keep you and your family safe on the road, we've got you covered. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
It's basketball season, and Salt Mine City is your pregame and postgame headquarters in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Get ready for the game with their big, fatty 7-ounce hamburger or try a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, your basketball headquarters, now open at 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation. Here is your host, Derek Pearson.
Final segment, 4:45 left in the third. Seattle 31, Rams 20. Cooper Kupp getting redemption. It's a Cooper Kupp revenge game. And then Stafford goes 30 down the sideline to Devontae Adams. Again, it's going to be that kind of game. Buckle in. That's what I would say. Buckle up and buckle in. Pretty good stuff. Yeah, immediately down there. Here's the other thing. That Seahawks score, they kick off, and the Rams get a blocking in the back penalty. And for the life of me, Bach, I do not understand the mentality behind players who allow a player to run by them and then get a block in the back penalty or a holding penalty on the extra point or on special teams. You know that all of these are quick release plays, right? There's no value to holding on a kick return. There's no value. It's way more harmful than not. I don't understand it. I just don't. I want to understand it. Because twice a game, some backup panics and does a silly thing on special teams. And I have a sneaky suspicion that this will come down to a kick either way, no matter what scoring is going on. The Rams are driving inside the Seahawks 50, and it's to watch Blake Corum and Williams watch two little thick guys get to work in. It's pretty cool. So there's that. It is a busy week. Again, Huskers travel to Ann Arbor on Tuesday. Let's say it's 3-5. Let's say Michigan's ranked number 3. Let's say Nebraska's ranked 5 or 6. Right?
Yeah. Houston lost, so that they're at least
Houston lost, so there's that. Watching flags being thrown all over the place in Seattle. There's holding calls and horse collars and all sorts of craziness. A lot of the conversation yesterday was based on this. Are the Huskers being disrespected? Is the 7 seed, is the resume a number 7 seed resume, or do you think it deserves higher? Bach, what say you?
Well, some of this is just kind of waiting it out again because Purdue lost to Illinois. So that's where the
great
path
game too.
Yeah, path to number 5 is there for Nebraska. I mean, I think if Nebraska were Duke's laundry, they'd probably be ranked number 2. If that's kind of what you're asking. So yeah, I mean, I think there's a little bit of
if you remove the
brand,
brand, if you remove the logo from the season production, and said that there's a team that's beaten a lot of the other top 5 teams, top 10 teams, right?
Yeah.
And they haven't lost. And there's a point differential in play and all the other stuff, and then the road wins in the Power 4 conference. Why is this complicated?
Well, I think the other thing too, and what people argue against for college football is the preseason rankings. Kind of same thing playing here for college basketball. I believe all these teams that are ranked ahead of them would probably be preseason top 12. You know, again, so the perception, and I don't know exactly, I'd have to go back and look at the preseason to see. But I mean, we're talking about Arizona, UConn, Michigan, Purdue, and Duke. I guess Michigan kind of had to make their move up a little bit, but that was early on in the season. So I think that's part of it too.
Yeah, and none of them have had a better early part of the season than Nebraska. Like, you just haven't. Like, I don't care. Michigan moved up. Why? Did they beat Duke or somebody? Did they beat somebody?
So Michigan started the season number 7.
Yeah.
So that helps.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, say, look back at the preseason now. Preseason, Purdue was 1, Houston was 2, UConn was 4, Duke was 6, Michigan was 7.
And where was Nebraska?
And Nebraska was nowhere to be found.
That's how much more work they've done than everybody else. And Illinois has got, 3 losses?
Yeah. That's what I do like about it is Nebraska has the head-to-head with Illinois. Of course, they're going to play them again. It feels like there's a lot of distance between 7 and 11 because Illinois has 3 losses, one of them being to Nebraska, and they're number 11. So if Nebraska loses one game, they can't fall that far, can they?
No, they better not. And quite frankly, I don't think it matters. Like, this is a top 10 team for the rest of the season. Just lock it in. That's been earned to this point. 20 wins without a failure. I don't care what you say. Bach, thank you, kind sir.
Absolutely.
We will do it again tomorrow at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. I was going to bring an hour early. 11 a.m. One-on-one. We'll do it tomorrow. Herman Delmagro from women's tennis. They had the week off due to scheduling injuries due to injuries causing a cancellation. So he'll have a busy week. Don't go anywhere. Ricky Simmons. Up next, get your happy on hour. Elliot Apple. Okay. Elliot Applegate in the building. Performance first. Get it done. We'll be here.